Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of Class Action Megapark. In the last episode I built this magnificent machine, Ferris wheel in the theme of one of those huge digging machines. Really happy with how it turned out. I got lots of nice comments on YouTube but also on Reddit, so thanks a lot for the support. In this episode I want to take a break from building on this part of the park, and instead I want to make a themed area over here. So for that I will extend the main street area, so I will make an extra path extending out from here, and somewhere around this area there will be a branch to two different themed areas. Now in the beginning of the park I wanted to have a lake over here, but since we already have a lot of water area over here, I kind of want to do something else. So for this episode, for this area, I kind of want to go with an Aztec theme. I think that will also be a nice transition from the swamp theme to just go into sort of a jungle theme that's more on land, maybe even a bit mountainous, with some big temples scattered around. And I have a really fun ride in mind for this area. But yeah, let's first extend the main street and work on the entrance to this new area. Alright, I've extended the main street. Now there's a bit of a curve in it, but I think that just makes it look a little bit more interesting, and also gives me a little bit more space for the shops that are over here. Now I made the outline for several shops and stalls and buildings that are going to be here, and I quickly also really made one shop, and this one actually sells edible shoes. It's a novelty item which people are raring to get, and this is the only place where they can get them for now. But yeah, if you like edible shoes, be sure to get yours over here. Okay, with this little shop here done, I think it's time we work on the actual new themed area that I want to make here. And the area that I want to make here is going to be in an Aztec theme. So yeah, I will just make a path branching out from here, decorate it a bit, and then I'll sort of make a path through this area. And well, I will not fully decorate it yet, of course, because this theme will be very scenery intensive. But I will try to make a nice ride that fits in this theme in this episode. Alright, the theme in this area will be kind of similar to the swamp, but with less water. And I'm also using some different trees here just to differentiate between these areas a bit more. Now, the kind of ride that I want to build in this area is actually a bobsleigh coaster, but one that also has parts that are where the carts are actually below the track, like a suspended coaster. And this track combination actually works really well because yeah, when these cars are on a suspended coaster, they also swing around, and it actually looks very natural. Yeah, I got the idea for a ride like this from Skifa's entry for the bobsleigh coaster contest, where he actually also had parts of suspended coaster track on his bobsleigh. Now I actually plan to make it sort of like a Möbius kind of ride, so there will be a station. After it there will be a chain lift leading the coaster cars up, and they'll probably go over the path here just to have some interaction. But later on through the track they go up a second lift hill, which will be next to the original one, and then they'll go through the track once again, and then they will actually be suspended. I think that will be a fun combination for the track. The theme, well, yeah, I kind of want to use a lot of these ruins pieces together with lots of dark trees. Maybe some of these flames scattered throughout. I think that will all look really cool. Yeah, it will be quite scenery intensive. So I will just get started on it right now, just so I can put in a lot of time and effort on this ride. All right, let's get started. Alright, it does look like the ride is actually functioning correctly, and bobsleigh cars don't fly off the track anywhere. So that's a good thing. Now, there's still quite a lot of work that has to be done to actually make these tracks look right. So I'll probably turn it into a bobsleigh coaster, and then I'll have to make all the bits over here invisible, and then I have to put some suspended swinging coaster track in place to make everything look right. And of course there's also a loop right under the chain lift here, and of course I also want that one to be visible. So here's the bobsleigh coaster track. Well, yeah, I also used some of these curved drops, which is also something which the bobsleigh coaster doesn't have in this game. So I'll just replace all those bits, probably with a wooden coaster track or a stand-up coaster track. But yeah, I'll just figure out some things to make it all look nice and come together. Alright, this is how the track sort of should look. Now the supports are still a bit messy, but I'll probably first decorate under and around the coaster before I do anything on the supports, because probably quite a lot of the track will actually be hidden. I want to make some temples which the coaster goes around and also goes through. Not really sure how I'm going to do it, but I'll figure something out. Alright, I just made the station for this coaster. Probably overdid it a little bit, but for sure this is really a landmark in the park. So what's mostly left to do now is to decorate this area over here. Make these supports look a little bit less messy than they do now. Yeah, this area probably needs a little bit more of a jungle feel to it. And maybe some more ruins dispersed here and there. Alright, I've now hidden all the wooden coaster supports. I think they made it actually look quite messy, since they're so much different than all the other supports. Yeah, I think it looks a lot better now already. Yeah, still a bit of a sea of supports, especially around these suspended coaster tracks. Maybe I'll put something like a tower in the middle with supports going on all sides, but I haven't really decided yet. Anyway, what I can already do is place some foliage around the ride. I already did some landscaping around it. I think it helps to give the reason to give the coaster a reason to actually go up like this, and yeah, the landscaping actually helps give it a reason, and that makes it look more natural, in my opinion. Alright, just going to do a little bit more foliage around this ride. I already did some here, and I really like the way it's starting to look. Now later I do want to add some extra rides, also some shops and stalls around this area. I don't want it to just consist of this ride. Yeah, the rides will probably go on this side. because I didn't leave myself a lot of space here to work with. Anyway, yeah, let's continue on with some foliage. Alright, I'm really happy with how this area turned out so far. Now, it's not done yet. I do want to add some more decoration, more foliage, but I think it's better if I do that off camera, because yeah, I could probably fill an entire episode with that. Now, I marked out a place here where I want to build a little shop, but that's also something which I'll do in a later episode. Now, I really like the way this temple here turned out. It's for sure a landmark in the park, and it can probably be seen from quite far away. I think it's definitely a nice eye catcher for the park. I also quite like how much track of the coaster is actually inside there. Alright, yeah, I think it's time to add another 2 patrons to the park. Now, obviously, the top of this temple will be a nice spot to put a patron, and I can probably just let the patron walk around this area here. Alright, I decided to put both entertainers on top of this temple. Let's give them their names. So the first one we will call Joshua Brown. Thanks for supporting me on Patreon, Joshua. And the other one will be called Gravity Maxa. So yeah, both of these patrons have been supporting me for a very long time. So I think they deserve a nice spot here on top of this temple. Alright, yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching me build. If you like this video, please consider giving it a like. It will really help out my channel. And for the rest of this episode, I think it will be fun to actually take a ride on this coaster. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you again in the next one. See you later.